Freedom.
Black Power fans.
Black Power.
Certainly glad to be able to participate in this activity. It's the culmination of something that's been going on for the last couple of weeks. Yesterday we were at the AU headquarters, trying to bring some celebration of our ancestors. Ambassador W. Thompson, founding president of our ancestors, Lambe Bread, who was one of our important warriors. Ancestors, John Watushi Brands. Ancestors, our sister, Dr. Saab, from our community in Atlanta. So we were paying homage to those ancestors because we stand on greatness. Yes. We have to begin to appreciate those bridges that brought us this far. So I'm certainly glad to be here for this, to end my day, and it's been a good one. Today we celebrated with Simultan, Lambe Breath himself, Yo Noble, and the Giants. And so our brother Shaka has been trying to tell us how we need to clear up the debris and the confusion and then find an African path for liberation. And we were working at it from different quarters. It was great to see his son. Let's give him an acknowledgement. There's so many of us have sons and nephews and nieces, and we haven't been able to pass on the fire and the consciousness to them. So we know that Brother Shaka is right in following the path. For me to come here is great. My wife, she's out in the car. She used to work with the museum people here. So when we found this location, it was friendly to us. We were with Dudley Thompson's youngest daughter, who is an attorney. I brought her in from California so she could join WADU, she could be a part of these activities. So she's going to go back lifted in the spirit of her father, who, born in Panama, Jamaican parents, became one of our great Pan-Africans. All those greats that we think about, Osaja Foes and others, Ambassador Dudley Thompson embraced them. They embraced him. The Nkrumahs, the Jomo Kenyattas, the Padmores, the CLR James, they all came together at a great gathering in 1945. It was the Manchester Conference, the 5th Pan-African Conference. Europeans had met in June in San Francisco to try to restructure their shattered world in which tens of millions of them were killed, white on white crime, white folks killing white folks. They met in San Francisco to restructure the European-dominated world. No Africans were there. But the Africans met a few months later, October, November, 1945 in Manchester, England. And this great parade of our people that we celebrate so was there. Jomo Kenyatta was there. Dudley Thompson was there in RAF uniform. He was a pilot knocking out German planes. Ancestors had it in the history that eventually Dudley Thompson's skills as an attorney would help to free Jomo Kenyatta and the Mau Mau. He put the legal team together and he went on to continue to work with Nkrumah. He went on to continue to work with Azikiwe in Nigeria. He went on to continue to work with the Manley government in Jamaica, linking up the struggle in Cuba in a positive way to the Jamaican struggle. So we have to see the family connection. Put aside the petty things, the conflicts that people create. See the family moving together. See the women especially, because they're the key. Us great men can do what we can do, but we can't birth ourselves. We can't nurture ourselves. We can't show love and respect as taught by the female. And my mother, little Leola Jeffries, she was the Pan-Africanist. My giant father, she made sure that he followed the Pan-African script. So when people say, why are you doing this and that? I don't know why I do it. I've always done it, ever since I was a child, because my pablum was not Dick, Jane, and Spot, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk. My pablum was Booker T, because they came up from Virginia. They were farmers. My pablum was W.E.B. because W.E.B. Du Bois did a study of Farmville, Virginia. And my mother's great aunt Pocahontas became one of his secretaries. And they came up from Virginia as Garveyites. So my pablum was Booker T, W.E.B., and Marcus Garvey. And not too long ago, I was in Senegal at the great monument that they created to represent us, the rise of the black man, holding onto his rock, the black woman, holding his child up to the future. That symbol in Senegal is what our future is all about. You can go to Gorée and you can feel the pain of enslavement, but you have to go to the monument to see the future. The future is the family. The future are these children. The future are these women. Because us men couldn't do what we are doing without the women.
True that.
I just want you to know that I've had the blessings to be with Osajifo. I've been blessed to be with Sekou Touré. I've been blessed to be in Guinea with Kwame Touré. I've been blessed to be in the mountains of Dalaba at his home, a 2- to 3-story hut overlooking the mountain range in Dalaba, and 5 rooms of red carpeting, and his queen met us as we came to the door, Miriam Makeba. Whoa. I've been blessed to be with Nelson Mandela when Alambe brought him to Harlem because he was a part of the fight for the liberation of Southern Africa. I was with Dr. John Henry Clark sitting in the front when Nelson Mandela was being interviewed by Ted Koppel. And Ted Koppel tried to insult him by raising the question of how come they still support Cuba. But Cuba helped to free Southern Africa. And so Nelson Mandela refused to give in to the temptations of the brother. But the most important thing you need to know, I've been all over Jamaica. And I've been all over Ethiopia. And my wife and I were with Haile Selassie in 1965.
Wow.
We have the picture standing outside of the new Hilton Hotel.
Wow.
And the Emperor Haile Selassie is greeting 10 of the African leaders for that year's celebration in Addis.
We have someone who was there.
I have been with the Emperor and Dr. John Henry Clark and scholars from around the world, white scholars, European scholars, white scholars from America, European scholars, Asian scholars, but us black scholars went for a special audience with the Emperor. And I can still see and feel the power of Emperor Haile Selassie as he was trying to encourage us to take that African light higher and higher. I still see the throne room where he stood for more than an hour and a half, shaking the hands of the 200 delegates. How he had the strength to stand, I don't know. He was not sitting. He greeted everybody standing. But spirit took place when Dr. John Henry Clark met the Emperor Haile Selassie. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget the relationship between those lights shining for our people.
Wow.
That was the last important activity of the Emperor, the celebration at Jubilee Palace. After that, it was the Dur that took place. But still, he is such a beacon of light. I can still see him in the League of Nations pleading for Africa in 1937.
League of Nations.
So for this great period where we have emerged as new nations, and now we're trying to find a formula to unite the new nations. We're trying to find a pathway to develop consciousness so our people can throw off the temptations of money and wealth and Babylon, as you say, and create a new city on the hill of African people. And that's what this is all about. Kwame Touré was a special